Is your moisturizer with SPF enough to wear alone, or do you also need a separate sunscreen in addition to this? I have changed my mind about the way I answer this question, and my new answer just may surprise you. We're about to have a debate in the comment section below. Listen to my points for and against this combination product here and tell me, what would you choose for your own routine? And stay tuned until the end where I show you my top product picks from these two categories, and I will link them all in the description below. Subscribe to my channel and follow me on Instagram at The Budget Dermatologist. Now let's dive into today's topic. I don't agree with the most common opinion on this topic. If you do a quick Google search or you watch other skincare YouTube videos, you see that many of these people will advise against using a combination moisturizer plus SPF product. But why? Because the common belief is that you are not getting enough sun protection from a combination product. Therefore, they say you should use a separate moisturizer in addition to a sunscreen. Here is the real story. Check out the label on your combination product. If there is an SPF listed making a claim of a certain level of sun protection, like SPF 30 for example, then this product falls into the category of an FDA-regulated drug. Did you know that your sunscreens are considered over-the-counter drugs? It's actually a good thing because this means that the company is required to follow a standard for testing the product and proving it meets the SPF that is advertised on the label. Now, how good that testing standard is? Well, that's a whole other topic for another video, but it's all we have to go off of to judge the SPF quality of a product. If you aren't totally sure about your product, look at the ingredients label on the back. If it is a true SPF tested product, it will have an active ingredients section. This is listed above the rest of the ingredients in the product. And in the active ingredients section, you will see the exact filters used in this product along with their percentages. Now, this is extremely important for the point I'm about to make. To achieve the SPF on the label, you have to use 2 milligrams per centimeter squared of product. Whether it's a combination product or a standalone sunscreen, that does not matter. If you use the same amount of each product, applied in the same way, you will achieve the same level of sun protection. To achieve the SPF on the label, you have to use 2 milligrams per centimeter squared of product. Whether it's a combination product or a standalone sunscreen, that does not matter. If you use the same amount of each product applied in the same way, you will achieve the same level of sun protection. Now, in real life, we know that we do not apply sunscreen as precisely as they do in the studies to determine the SPF. That means that we will never quite get up to the SPF on the label. However, we can definitely get pretty close if we keep this in mind and remember to apply a thick enough layer. Now let me address another misconception about combination moisturizer and sunscreen products. These products are not half sunscreen, half moisturizer, such that the sunscreen is diluted out or cut in half compared to a standalone sunscreen. Remember everything I just told you. The SPF on the label is what you will get on your skin if you apply the correct amount of it. So my argument here is these two products are equivalent when used as directed. Key point, when used as directed. The sunscreen is not superior to the moisturizer. Facts. Debate me in the comments below if you disagree. My second argument for a combined product is it simplifies your routine and saves you money. Buying and using only one product instead of two. That is literally my whole platform here, so you know I will touch on that in this case as well. Many people choose a combination product for this reason alone, and if this simplified routine improves your consistency with using the product, then you have your answer for which you should choose in your routine. My final point for using a combined moisturizer sunscreen product is that they often feel more luxurious on the skin because they are truly moisturizing. One of the most common complaints I hear about sunscreens in general is that they are drying to the skin. So combination products like these with extra added ingredients can be more enjoyable for you to use, especially if you have a dry skin type. Now, on the contrary, let me make a counterpoint here about sunscreens. The technology and formulation of sunscreens these days is pretty incredible. There are so many options that feel luxurious and hydrating on the skin. Many will contain moisturizers in them, like emollients and occlusive or humectants, or some combination of those. So even if it is not marketed on the label as a moisturizer, many sunscreens can in fact be quite moisturizing. And in some cases, what differentiates a moisturizer with SPF from just an SPF may just be marketing. It's how that particular brand wants to market and position their product in this extremely saturated space and what audience they want to target for that product. Sometimes that alone determines how a product is labeled more so than what is actually inside the bottle. So let's not get caught up on these marketing terms and categories here, and instead focus on the only thing that matters when comparing the efficacy of these products. And that is the SPF and the proper use of the product. And remember, I say that because the SPF is the only part of the label that is backed by a standardized testing method. I've just made a pretty solid case for combination moisturizer SPF products, much more so than you are probably used to hearing. Again, tell me in the comments below if you disagree. Now, even with all that said, I actually rarely use these combination products, not because I don't think they are effective, not because I don't think they are quality products, and not because I don't want a quick and simple routine. Like I said, I actually think they are equally effective and a great option for simple routines. But I want to leave you with a bit of caution about these products before you make your final decision for how you will protect your skin in your own skincare routine. First, you will often find that the combination products have lower SPFs in general. I consider SPF 15 to 20 to be low, especially because we know that we actually get only half the SPF on the label due to user error, meaning we aren't applying enough or applying it correctly. However, it's much easier to find standalone sunscreens with higher, more acceptable SPFs in the range of 30 to 50 and above. So that is my first caution. If you are going with the combination product, choose one with SPF 30 or higher. I am sharing all of my favorites at the end of this video. Caution number 2, most combination SPF products use chemical filters instead of mineral filters to provide sun protection. Chemical filters are ingredients such as avobenzone and oxybenzone, among others, whereas mineral filters are ingredients like titanium dioxide and zinc oxide. Both types are highly effective, and it just comes down to your personal preference. And it's okay not to have a preference and use either type as you wish. I mostly use mineral filters because that is my preference, and because of that reason alone, I often do not use combination products just because they are harder to find in 100% mineral forms. Caution number 3, remember when I said that these two products are equivalent and you just need to go by SPF? That is still 100% true. However, beware that some studies show that people apply less of the combination product than they do the standalone SPF. So if you apply 1 finger length's worth of this, but 2 finger lengths worth of this, clearly this combination product will be inferior. Same goes for the reverse scenario. This says nothing about the product itself and everything about the user of that product. So this is totally user dependent, and this is where I differ with the mainstream opinion on this topic. If someone tells you to entirely throw out this whole category of products, it's because they are assuming you will not use it correctly. How about you get to choose for yourself how you will use the product, because you might just be capable of using it correctly. And keep in mind that the same is true about sunscreen. We underuse both types of SPFs, even if by varying degrees. So instead of giving you a generic blanket statement to never use combination products, I want to make sure you are correctly informed about how to use it and you know the consequences for misusing it. Then you can decide for yourself what is best. So my caution with this point is to be extra mindful if you are using a combination product. Each time you apply it, double check yourself that you are applying 2 finger lengths or a half teaspoon worth of product for your face and neck. Another helpful tip is to apply a layer, let it absorb, and then apply another layer to account for skip areas and to make sure you get enough on the skin. Caution number 4, the combination products often are not tinted, meaning they do not contain iron oxides. So if you happen to find one with 100% mineral filters, there's a good chance you might not like the white cast it leaves on the skin if it is not tinted with iron oxides. In addition to that, a lack of iron oxides in the product leaves a gap in complete coverage, in my opinion. Iron oxides are an important ingredient that will protect your skin from blue light from the sun. I favor using sunscreens that contain iron oxides in them whenever possible. Check out my recent video where I go more in depth on blue light protection, and I tell you what products to avoid and what products to buy for this instead. Now let me show you some of my favorite affordable products now. The first one of my favorites is by La Roche-Posay. This is the Double Repair with the SPF 30. If you've seen any of my other videos before, you've seen me recommend this one a lot of times, the regular Double Repair without SPF. I use this one in a ton of my routines. This is an amazing product. It works for a lot of skin types. So of course I had to try this one as well. This is a really similar formula. It has ceramides in it and niacinamide, great for a lot of skin types. And this one has the SPF in it. So you can see here, it's a little bit of a creamy formulation. I'm just gonna rub it in to show you how nicely it wears on the skin. This one does have chemical filters in it, if that's a preference of yours or not. But I think that it looks really nice on the skin and it doesn't leave a white cast at all, probably because it does have those chemical filters, so there's no zinc oxide or anything in this one. And you can see it's just a nice finish on the skin, very smooth. Like I said, for me, no white cast, and it really rubs in nicely and it's just smooth, so you can wear makeup over this as well. This one keeps your routine so simple. So in the morning, you just cleanse the skin. You can use a treatment product if you would like, and then this goes on and it's great. You can even put makeup over it, like I said. So this is an all-time favorite of mine. Okay, the next one I'm gonna show you is also by La Roche-Posay. This one is a little bit unique because this does have 100% mineral filters, which is a little bit harder to find for a moisturizer with SPF combination product. So I'm gonna show you this now on the skin. I'm just gonna use a little bit there. So to me, this first right off the bat actually looks a little more like a sunscreen than I typically would think of a combination product looking like. So when I rub it on the skin, you can see this has a slight bit more of a white cast than the other La Roche-Posay product that I just tried on for you guys. But once you let it absorb in for a little bit, the white cast is really a lot more subtle and it kind of, you know, rubs in a little bit more. But I do notice that when I put enough of this on my skin, that it does leave a little bit more of a white cast. But other than that, it's a really moisturizing product. I love the way it feels on my skin. My caution is that if you are using this product as your standalone product for your moisturizer and your sunscreen, make sure you use enough of it, because when products tend to leave a white cast on the skin, people tend to use less than they need to get the full protection. So if you go with this one, just make sure you are using about a half teaspoon for the face, and that will keep you covered there. The next one I'm excited to show you guys is this one. This is a moisturizer with SPF 46, but what makes this a little bit unique is that it's tinted, which I love in sunscreen products. So I was really excited to try this one and I actually like it a lot. This does have zinc oxide in it, so it's a mineral filter, but it also does have octinoxate in it, which is a chemical filter. So let me show you what this looks like now. You can see it's tinted. Really nice, kind of has a luminous finish. I just love the way this looks and wears on the skin. It feels so luxurious. So when I rub it in, because it is tinted, even though it has zinc oxide in it, it does not leave a white cast at all. And for me specifically, it matches my skin tone really nicely. So I absolutely love this product. And I think it's a really easy one to incorporate into the routine. So here are my last two favorites that I'll show you now. This one is by Supergoop. It's their Super Screen. So this one is opening like this. It's a little bit more of a thicker formulation. It has SPF 40, which I really love. So you can see it's just a little more creamy. Yeah, and just super, super moisturizing. This one is a little more thick. So you have to give it a little bit of time to really rub in. But once it does, literally no white cast at all. You can see it's a little luminous there, but it just has to kind of rub in a little bit. So no white cast at all. This does have chemical filters and it just feels really nicely on the skin. So that one is the Super Screen. I really like that. And the last one I'll show you is by e.l.f. It's their Holy Hydration Face Cream. This is another one that I have the normal version of it without SPF that I love. I'm using that almost every night right now and it's super affordable. So of course I tried the SPF one as well. And you can see it here. It looks really similar to the original plain version of it. So when you put it on the hand, it actually feels so similar to the Supergoop Sunscreen one in texture. And again, this one has chemical filters in it as well, so we really don't worry so much about the white cast there. And it just feels nice and great on the skin. It has a little bit of a scent to it, so this one has a fragrance in it if that matters to you. But I really love these two options. I feel like they wear very similar on the skin. They're a little bit different price points, so check those out at the links below. So all of those are great combination plus SPF options that I highly recommend. I told you though that this category really isn't my go-to for sun protection. I prefer tinted mineral sunscreens because I find that there are plenty of options that are hydrating for my particular skin type. I will often wear it alone without any additional moisturizer under it. So here are my current favorite sunscreens I've been wearing lately. So these are some of my favorite sunscreens right now. Obviously, I have talked about this one a ton before. I have an entire standalone video on this. It is my absolute favorite budget sunscreen buy. It's a mineral tinted sunscreen. It feels amazing on the face. I get the most amazing feedback about this product. So check that video out if you want to see this full product in action. But it's just wears really nicely on the skin. A lot of people have said before that they thought that this sunscreen was drying, but I think that they reformulated it since a little bit ago, and I think that it is not drying on the skin, at least for me personally. It's pretty hydrating and it just rubs in so nicely. No white cast. It comes in a few different shades, which I love, so that you can find one that works great for your skin. So this is the Australian Gold that I just love, holy grail sunscreen of mine. So this one is another option for a tinted mineral sunscreen. This is by Color Science. I talk about this one a little more in depth in one of my videos I did recently. You can check that out. But you can see here, it goes on a little bit lighter on the skin in terms of the color of the product, but it also comes in other shades too, which is great. So you can find one that works for you, and you can see it goes on really nicely, kind of just blends nicely and feels really nice on the skin. I love wearing this product if I'm going to be getting all dressed up and putting a lot of makeup over it. I think it wears really well under the makeup. Has mineral filters like I mentioned, but also has iron oxides, which are very important in a sunscreen option. So again, check the video out where I talk about this more to learn more about this product. And the last one I will show you that is a really good option is by CeraVe. It's the hydrating mineral sunscreen that's tinted. So this one is SPF 30 and it has just mineral filters in it. So you can see it here. So this one is a little bit more similar in tint to the Australian Gold one, and this rubs in nicely. And I also think it's really hydrating and looks nice on the skin. Obviously no white cast. I believe this only comes in one shade. So, if it doesn't happen to match your skin, try one of the others and switch up the shade. But this is really nice. It's hydrating. If you've used this one and find that it is drying for whatever reason for your skin, then you can give this one a try. It is also affordable. But this one, like I said, is another really awesome product that I love. I am linking this one below, and I think I have a discount code for you guys to save you a little bit of money on that if you want to try it. So check it out. So what do you prefer, the combination product or the standalone SPF? Tell me in the comments below. I recommend both options and hope you choose one that you love enough to use every day. Subscribe to my channel for more skincare made simple topics. See you next time.